Hi everybody, Mark DeJesus here. And what I want to do is I want to talk about 7 keys, 7 signs that you are living with heart awareness. You see, in so much of what we do, we can often focus on the 3 steps to do this, or we get fascinated with the brain and how the brain works, and it's wonderful. And all these things about physiology and all this data of how stuff works, and we can get so inundated with it that we just lose the simplicity of the life of the heart. And it is my deep conviction that all transformation comes from the life of the heart. When something is experienced in your heart, in the depth of your root system, then it begins to usher in a domino effect to bring about change in so many other areas. So I want to bring about 7 key things that when we talk about heart awareness, do you live a heart-aware life where you're open to the awakening, healing, and transformation that's available to you? What are some of the things that are values that you resonate with in your life that come forth? And I'm going to give you those 7. The first one is the beginning of all of it, and that is, I value the life of the heart. Now, many people would say yes to this, but we often give lip service to it, but it doesn't really show in our lifestyle. But people that truly value the life of the heart, they don't just like going through the motions. They want true heart-connected experiences. They don't want shallow relationships. They are not satisfied with shallow Christianity. There's a sense of moving to more, having depth. And depth in relationships doesn't mean super heady. Because a lot of times people think deep means your head is about to explode because of the information you're getting. No, the deep things of God are actually the simple things, but yet they're experienced in profound ways. So people that have a value for the life of the heart, they care about how the life of the heart is doing, which then leads into their lifestyle, their pace of life. They're aware of the power of slowing down. They take time for important relationships. Why? Because the life of the heart requires that, requires those things. And so it sheds off a lot of things that are not important, because at the end of the day, the life of the heart is what's important. Number 2, when we live heart aware, I'm aware of how life experiences impact my heart. Now, from my experience in working with people over the years, I've come to understand that many people overestimate what their heart can handle at times, and they underestimate how much certain experiences affect them. So in other words, we can overestimate what we can handle, so we stack and we stack and we stack, and we wonder why we're burnt out and we're not able to evaluate certain things in our life and what's really going on. And then we're angry, we don't know why. We're stressed out, we don't know why. We're overburdened, we don't know why. We're obsessed and we don't know why. We're addicted and we don't know why. And also, when it comes to the negative experiences, stuff that hurt us, the empty areas, the heartache, the grieving, we underestimate how those things affect us. So we just shake the dust off and move on, and then realize we got a limp. And we don't realize where the limp is coming from because we're not aware of how life experiences impact us. And if that's a struggle in your life, this always takes mentoring, coaching, and outside perspective to help us gain a helpful view on how the life of our heart is doing. Number 3, when I'm cultivating heart awareness, I'm aware of my heart's condition. So if somebody was to ask you, how's your heart doing? There is a sense of self-awareness. There is a sense of discernment. You're aware of the predominant themes that are going on in your life. You are aware of what God is working on. You're aware, to bring it to a simple level, you're aware of what you're feeling. You're connected to what's happening in your life. You're connected to what's going on inside. Many people are numb and detached to what's going on in the life of their heart. They just stay busy. They ignore pain. They just push on. And they go, well, what else are you supposed to do? Just better go get busy. When in reality, there is a better way. And it's living more from the life of the heart, but it takes a different rhythm. It takes a different lifestyle. Are you aware of your current heart's condition? Are you aware of the root system? Because the heart involves the root system. So it's not just about, well, I'm angry. It's connected to, well, why are you angry? What's underneath that? Well, I'm afraid, I'm anxious. What's underneath that that's driving that? Well, I'm frustrated about these relationships, or I'm mad at my boss, or I'm having these marriage issues. Are you aware of your heart's condition of what's going on underneath? And so self-awareness is an awareness of what's happening within you, and you're able to articulate it. And that is a lost art amongst many that we need to learn and cultivate. You're able to discern better what's going on, and it gives God room to get to the why and the root system so those areas can be healed and you can become more connected to what's really happening in the battles that you face. Number 4 is I am allowing God. In other words, I am giving him permission to have full access. I am giving him a full access pass to the life of my heart. David said this. He said, search me, O God. Know me. Know me inside and out. Know my anxieties. Know what's happening inside of me. I give you access. And the interesting thing is, this is what's powerful about giving this to God. We think, well, if I give him an all access pass, he's going to come in and he's going to condemn me and point out all the areas I'm doing wrong. No, actually, it's revealed in the book of Revelation where Jesus said, I stand at the door and knock. If you'll open the door, I'll come in and I will dine with you. I'm actually looking to have intimate connection, communion, union with you. I want my love and grace and who I am to connect to you. I want you to be able to relate to me. So actually, when we give God a full access pass, it opens our heart to the life Jesus came to bring us. The life of what it means to just be connected to him. And it's extremely powerful. Number 5, the 5th value statement of living with heart awareness says this: I am seeking for God to heal and to mature my heart. To not only heal, but to mature my heart. People that live with heart awareness, they realize that healing is not just a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey of God healing broken places, healing empty places, and allowing his nature to invade those places in our heart. You see, any place in our heart that hasn't had a connected experience with who God is, his truth, his ways, and his nature is going to be broken. It's going to be empty. So we're always in a growing experience of allowing the healing process to take place. But in that, what he's doing is he's maturing us. He's growing us as his sons and daughters to become the mature sons and daughters that know how to handle relationships, know how to love people, know how to navigate through trials and difficulties. They know how to help others. They know how to raise up other sons and daughters to father and mother them. This is the goal that God is doing in our life. And we have to understand that in every situation, he's seeking to mature us. He's seeking to bring about more wholeness, to upgrade how you see life, how you think, and how you step out in faith in your life. So this is a value statement for someone who cultivates heart awareness. Number 6 is I seek to fully experience life. That means I'm not numbing out. I'm not checking out. I am not disconnecting from life. I am allowing my heart to feel the full spectrum of what's going on. That in the trials, I feel the trials. In the sorrow, I feel the sorrow. In the joy, I feel the joy. But I allow myself to feel the spectrum of what's happening and what's going on. And so as I'm seeking for God to heal and mature my heart, and I experience life, I take this and I realize, God, I know you're working on all these areas. So you become aware of the predominant theme that God is working on in your life. You see, with every believer, there's like one theme that God is working on. Not 100 things. There's usually a predominant thing, an area, a subject, an issue that he's bringing to the surface. It can be summed up in like one sentence or one word. It might be receiving love, learning my grace, patience, forgiving, releasing struggles, casting cares. Those kind of things help us to identify that. So with that in mind, you see that every experience in life becomes an incubator for you to process out the journey that God has you on. Many people, when it comes to experiencing life, they only want the good. So then they look at all the, negative emotions or toxic emotions, and they just never want to feel them. They don't want to feel sad. They don't want to feel sorrow. They don't want to feel pain. And so they shut the breaker off to that. but they don't realize the heart only has one breaker. So they shut off to that, but then they're not feeling the joy and the peace and the excitement and the energy that they want to feel. And so many times what we have to do is we have to turn the breaker back on and go, God, I got to face some of the pain that I've been ignoring. And when we seek to fully experience life, we have to be fully present in the moment. And in this day and age, one of the things we're lacking is we're never truly fully present. We're worried about the next thing. We're distracted about our bills. Try and sit down with your children, sit down with your spouse, and be totally undistracted. It's a challenge, it's a battle, isn't it? Right? Because there's a war over that. Because part of living a healed and free, fully awake, fully alive heart is that you're present, extracting the full relational enjoyment of what's in front of you. Not just skipping on to the next thing or rushing through like everything's a drive-through. I'm going to be fully present in this moment and take it all in. And number 7 is I value the health of my relationships. It matters to me that this isn't a drive-by thing. This isn't a quick fix thing. People are not just commodities or not just something to pass by. I value how my relationships are doing. And you don't need to have millions of people, thousands of friends, hundreds, or even 10. It's often just a small circle that God's given you and put in your life, and you value that. And you take time to nurture them. You take time to work out the issues in you that need developing that other people bring out. See, many times we're focused on what other people are going through and what they're manifesting and what they do that bugs us. But we often don't pay attention to this question, which says, God, what does this situation with this person bring out in me that you can begin to heal and mature at a deeper level? I want to read this from my book, The Heart Healing Journey. More important than achievement, status, and wealth, heart-aware people value relationships as the highest priority. Most people say they value relationships, but their lifestyle does not mirror that. When relationships are an important value, then your pace of life, investment of time, and focus will make room for important relationships to flourish. This begins in your home and extends to those God has called you to impact. When you value relationships, you take the time to consider how you come across to others. You desire to be a safe space for others to heal and grow. You seek to develop and enhance your relationship interactions so that people can benefit from the growth that God is leading you into. Spiritual growth is meaningless unless it shows up in our day-to-day relationship interactions. That is the greatest fruit of a transformed life. Other people receiving the blessing of the change you have experienced. So I pray this video encourages you. Share it with others. Take it to your group and have a discussion around it. And share, where do I need to grow in this area? And where do I need to let God heal and mature certain aspects of the life of my heart so that I can experience more of who He's made me to be and really jump into this heart healing journey at a whole new level. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. God bless you.